Hi, everybody. My name's Jason,
I'm Caden. I'm Jaden.
I'm Eli.
and we are the Yahuwah and the Torah channel. And we may sound extremely raspy, which all of us are. We may sound extremely plagued, which all of us are. And we have the household cold, the same household cold that I used to get when I was a kid. And we ended up with this household cold again. And when we get the household cold, you just go to bed with your chicken noodle soup and your hankies, and you sit there and you feel really illin for a while, and your body, which our Creator has created in a magnificent form, will heal you up. And that's the way, and that is what we call an immune system. And this is what we're trying to fight through. Gentlemen, how are you?
Good.
It's been a while.
Yeah, a little bit.
How long has it been?
2 weeks?
How long has it been since we've been through around? Has it been 2 weeks?
I think so.
It's been rough. It's been a rough 2 weeks. What have you been up to for the last couple of weeks? What are you guys working on?
Work, farm stuff.
What else? That's it? I get it. 2 weeks. Nobody. We haven't talked to anybody for over 2 weeks, and that's the best we got was just work.
I mean, nothing really interesting.
Eli, have you done anything interesting?
No, I wouldn't say anything too interesting.
All right. So, bingo. Kate, have you done anything interesting?
I got sick.
You got sick?
Guys gave me a plague like a week ago.
Who is it? Who has it the first?
I got it first.
Jubby took us to school. He went out and walked amongst the people and brought us home something. And then who got it from there? And that was what, 2 weeks ago?
You got it from there, I think.
10 days.
10 days. So Joey got it like 10 days ago, Jade.
Yeah.
10 days ago. Mystical, how you doing?
I'm good.
Let's talk. I want to hear your lovely voice on
My
here.
lovely stuffy voice.
Yeah, we all sound terrible. I mean, it may not even be us. People, they can't see our faces, so maybe this isn't even us. Maybe we've been replaced by somebody. Well, if we've been replaced by somebody, what does the somebody's believe? Who are we and what do we believe, gentlemen?
We believe the first 5 books of the Bible, the Torah, that they are still intact, that it is not put on the cross, it was not done away with, and it should be obeyed and followed in this day and age. And we also believe Yehoshua, he is our Messiah, he is the Son of Most High.
Yeah, and I guess maybe if we were replaced, that does sound like the same message, though. I know that nobody has any jokes, but I'll try for one. Anyone have a joke?
No.
I got one.
What do you got?
Let's see. What do you like?
Hold on. Work that one through, Eli.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
What does a bear do when he has a bad day?
What does a bear do when he has a bad day? Roars? Wait,
Ready?
hit it.
He grins and bears it.
Ah, he grins and bears. That's pretty good. I should have known this one. All right, well, that's it. Nobody else has anything?
Nope.
All right, I haven't even read this. I haven't even read First SHEMU'EL, so if I read this incorrectly, I am very sorry, folks. We weren't planning on actually doing this quite yet. We just trying to get healed up in and around these parts, and still we have to deal with a tremendous amount of stuff in and around life, as well as being illin. But here we are, and let us begin. Guys, we're in the book of SHEMU'EL. Can somebody give me a lowdown of where it is? How do we end up here?
So, last couple of books, we had Torah, we have Moses. Moses leads the people out, gives them commands. He dies, Joshua takes over, they go and conquer the lands. Then he dies, and then people sin, they get a new leader. They sin, they get a new leader. About every 40 years, they do it. They go into captivity, go into slavery, and by the end of Judges, they had sinned a lot. A lot of them were in captivity. They didn't know Yahuwah. And we're here, and then we're there, and mixed with the nation now. Mixed with the nations, they're in sin. Some of them obey Yahuwah, some of them don't, and they really don't know what they're doing.
Anyone remember from last chapter exactly where we left off at?
It was like, was it fighting Benjamin?
The Benjamites. And so they smote the Benjamites. And so anyone want to go over that story? If you guys hear birds chirping, it's actually chickens in our house as well. So if CPS was around, they'd probably come take us away. All right.
We're all grown up, so.
Huh?
We're all grown up, so.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
all grown up.
CPS
Okay.
here.
Tell me about the Benjamites and where we are right here.
The Benjamites raped a woman to death, and then one of the guy, he was a Levite, he sent like all of her body parts around. He cut her up in 12 pieces, cut her, and then sent her to all the tribes. They all went out to get Benjamin. They didn't ask Yahuwah, so whole bunch of them died. I think it was like about 40,000 of them ended up dying because they didn't ask Yahuwah if they should go up, and then they asked Yahuwah, and then they tried taking them, and then they were all sad that Benjamin was going to be a tribe that died off, and so they left to see them alive, and then they made a vow to Yahuwah not to let any of their daughters marry any of the people from Benjamin, and then they came up with a plan to be able to get them wives and stuff, and so they didn't actually get completely cut off and destroyed.
Yeah, and so they came up with a plan on how to bypass the oath that they had to Yahuwah. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. And there was a certain man of Ramathian, Sophim, of the mountains of Ephraim, and his name was Elkanah, son of Yerakam, son of Elihu, son of Toku, son of Zuph, son of Ephraimite. Those are really hard words. Okay, and he had two wives. Maybe I can't read. And he had two wives. The name of one was Kana, and the name of the other was Peninnah. And Peninnah had children, but Kana had no children. Now this man went up from his city, year by year, to worship and to slaughter to Yahuwah of hosts in Shiloh. And the two sons of Eli, Kopni and Pinchas, the Kohanim of Yahuwah, were there. And when the day came for Elkanah to make an offering, he gave portions to Peninnah, his wife, and to all her sons and daughters. But although he loved Kana, he gave only one portion to Kana, because Yahuwah had shut up her womb. Moreover, her rival also provoked her greatly to make her irritable, because Yahuwah had shut up her womb.
That's a crazy thing to call like the wife of your rival.
I was going to stop on that point right there, because that point is crazy, huh? I mean, it's why. First of all, it's hard enough. The entire multiple marriage thing is very, very hard. It's going to be hard to deal with as spouses, as people, as families, as multiple families. As families are growing, you're going to have to incorporate two separate sets of women, and it doesn't, from our forefathers, it doesn't seem like any of that goes well. There's always issues that people seem to have, and it had it with Abraham, and he ended up with a contentious wife over Hagar, and then you have all the sons of Jacob, or the kids of Jacob, and they were they all intermarried, and they all had tons of wives, and there was a lot of issues around this thing. Anyone thoughts on this?
I mean, we've seen it before with Rachel and Leah. When they fought, it was like they would rivalry hate each other.
Right.
I mean, when you have multiple wives, I don't think you're going to be like not contentious. I think there's always going to be something. Sarah and Hagar, Rachel and Leah. I mean, it happens all the time. So
yeah, it's one of those things that and there's groups of people, like actual real Torah keepers. Supposed Torah keepers that are polygamists, that are all into this kind of a thing. And even in today's society, especially in today's society, it doesn't work out. It just does not, it's just not a good thing. The problem is if you are splitting your wives up, you're also splitting your families up. Unless, of course, the entire family all lives in one giant house. And I don't know if that would ever work right. It's just a mess. So anyway, let's continue on. 7. And so he did year by year. Whenever she went up to the house of Yahuwah, she was provoked, so that she wept and did not eat. And her husband, Elkanah, said to her, Kana, why do you weep? Why do you not eat? And why is your heart sad? Am I not better to you than 10 sons?
it's a bit prideful.
Well, prideful. Hey, this is a man thing, Hey, look at me. Who needs these kids? Look at this.
This dude's like, I'm great.
Excuse me. I'm hacking it up here. And so there he is. And I mean, what better advice do you have? I mean, what do you want to give to your wife? She can't have kids. It's been happening over and over. And then she has the other wife or her adversary that is sitting there mocking her. She's feeling bad.
I think he could have gone about that a better way. It might not be better than 10 sons. I'm sure he could have try to comfort her a little better than that.
Yeah. All right, 9. We're all dying. Okay. And Connor rose up after eating and drinking in Shiloh, while Eli, the Kohanim, was sitting on the seat by the doorpost of the Haykel of Yahuwah. And she was bitter in life, and prayed to Yahuwah, and wept greatly. And she made a vow and said, O Yahuwah of hosts, if you would indeed look on the affliction of your female servant, and remember me, and not forget your female servant, but shall give your female servant a male child, then I shall give him to Yahuwah all the days of his life, and let no razor come upon his head. Now, why does she want him just a male? Why is the prayer for male and not
Continue on the family line.
family line? But is it bad to have females or something? Why would she? Do you think she'd still be happy if she ended up with a female instead of a male?
I don't know what it is. I don't know if they can't like work in the temple and stuff because they're like priests and stuff.
Well, one thing is she gave Yah an oath, and she said, "If you give me a male, I will not put a razor upon his head." So basically, you're offering up your child that you do not have into the service of Yah. All right. So sorry, guys. I really got to hack one out here. I'm gonna try to make it through this. 12. And it came to be, as she kept on praying before Yahuwah, that Eli was watching her mouth. And Kana spoke in her heart. Only her lips moved, but her voice was not heard. So Eli thought she was drunk. Then Eli said to her, "How long are you going to be drunk? Put your wine away from you." And Kana answered and said, "No, my master, I am a woman pained in spirit, and I have drunk neither wine nor strong drink, but have poured out my being before Yahuwah. Do not take your female servant for a daughter of Belial, for it is out of my great concern and provocation that I have spoken until now." And Eli answered and said, "Go in peace, and the Elohim of Israel give you your petition which you have asked of him." And she said, "Let your female servant find favor in your eyes." And the woman went away and ate, and her face was no more sad. And they rose up early in the morning and worshipped before Yahuwah, and returned and came to their house at Ramah. And Elkanah knew Kana his wife, and Yahuwah remembered her. And it came to be at the turn of days that Kana conceived and bore a son, and called his name SHEMU'EL, because I have asked Yahuwah for him. What do you guys think of it means there? And it came to be at the turn of days. Is that just when she was complete?
Yeah, I think that was like the end of like the pregnancy.
How do we use that in today's thing? At the turn of days. Have you guys finished your turn of days?
Yeah, that would be, people probably understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, probably not. All right. 21. And the man, Elkanah, and all his house went up to offer to Yahuwah the yearly slaughtering and his vow. But Kana did not go up, for she said to her husband, "When the child is weaned, then I shall take him, and he shall appear before Yahuwah and remain forever there." And her husband, Elkanah, said to her, "Do what is good in your eyes. Remain until you have weaned him. Only let Yahuwah establish his word." And the woman remained and nursed her son until she had weaned him. Do you think she asked, or did she tell her husband that she had made this vow, you think?
Probably, because it'd be weird if you're just taking the child out, like, "Hey, where'd my son go?"
Well, they didn't take her up. She stayed at home.
Right, but he has to go up to here, so.
Right. Okay. Cade, you with me? You awake? All right. Cade's super sick. He's looks ill. Yeah, he's the last one to get it. And we're all on the death train. Okay. With the common household cold. Okay. Now here we go. 24. And when she had weaned him, she took him up with her with a 3-year-old bull and 1 ephah of flour and a skin of wine, and brought him to the house of Yahuwah in Shiloh. And the child was young. And they slaughtered a bull and brought the child to Eli. And she said, "O my master, as your being lives, my master, I am the woman who stood by you here, praying to Yahuwah. I prayed for this youth, and Yahuwah has granted me what I asked of him. So I have also loaned him to Yahuwah. All the days that he lives, he shall be loaned to Yahuwah." And he worshiped there before Yahuwah. All right, thoughts?
Samuel now gets raised a child.
Is this child abandonment?
No, because he does Samuel.
Just kidding.
Samuel, it's like
How old's this kid, do you think?
small. I mean,
Is that
he's
three?
weaned, so he's probably like 3, 4.
I think 3.
When you wean a kid, don't you wean? Isn't it called when you're off breastfeeding? Is that
Yeah,
called
but
weaning?
I mean, he's gotta be able to like walk. I think.
What is the normal age on that? Is it 1 year, 6 months, 8 months?
In the Bible, it's 3.
Bible, it's 3.
Yeah, I think.
We've seen some kids down here that are like
I don't think she's
walking,
gonna leave
and they're still eating.
Shemuel with a whole child already. I think she like at least taught him to walk.
Yeah, you can walk and talk and things like this
I
before
think
she
some
leaves him.
basics, yeah.
Think the kid was crying when she left him?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
I think she was crying.
Probably. I mean, she doesn't get to stay with her son, so it's sad. But at least she had a son.
All right, yeah. Well, I guess we'll see the story of Kana after this. All right, everybody. Well, that is it. Let me take you real quickly here. All right, guys, this is Yah Scriptures. For anybody who does not know, this is the greatest English translation of Scriptures that you will ever find anywhere, and it is the cheapest price you will find anywhere. Number one, you can absolutely get this free of charge. There's a PDF over here. All links are in the description below. PDFs are all there, and it is $64, and half of that can go right back into helping the prisoners. Our family takes nothing from this. This is a book publishing that we are doing ourselves, that we are bringing in. It will be available this coming late February or early March is the date that we have. And so we are monitoring our guys in India. Getting, they say everything is on track, on everything on time. That's all we have to go with. So we're going with that. This is a 103 book, all completely restored name of our Creator and His Son. 1 second. Apologies for my dogs. They always do that. You will not find a greater translation anywhere, guys. So it's available absolutely right here. Free of charge one is right here in this PDF, guys. If you can help Boss Clan, that is how we do it, because we're trying to bring this prison ministry to life, and we will not be able to do it without you guys. And so we are hoping that you guys out there find the value of these scriptures, which it is an amazing book. It's nearly 3 inches of a spine when this thing gets in here. It's just large, has 3 bookmarks, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. So with that, everybody, we love you all. Sorry for our absence. We're just dealing with stuff here in life, and hopefully we'll get back on track. And hopefully, Yah willing, we'll see you guys again tomorrow and get back on track with all this. So have a wonderful day, everybody. We're out.
All right, shalom.